Hi, guys. Melinda Farkas here. Welcome to Weekly Travel Updates. Well, I have to tell you, today is a very big day. Today is my son's 22nd birthday. Happy birthday to Trey Farkas. I tried to get him to come on and just say a few words, and he said, "Mom, I'm not going to have time to do that. I'm going to be going out to dinner then." So that's okay because it is his birthday. He gets to do what he wants. He did work today and he spent 4 hours in a bucket, Mom. Anyway, it is also Action Travel's 32nd year of service. We are so excited. The Lord has seen us through 32 years, lots of challenges, nothing quite like what the pandemic has been, but now it is going to be called an endemic. An endemic because it's going to be listed just as the common flu would or the common cold would be. So that's the way it's going to be. Um, anyway, in the morning at 8 o'clock, our doors will open at Action Travel. Everybody is welcome from 8 until 8:30. But at 8:30, we have Business Women's Networking. And if you want to be around some motivated, powerful ladies, if you're just getting off your feet in a new business, or you have a local business you want to share with the rest of us, we've had several new ladies from Mebane, and we would love to have you. So come and join us tomorrow morning. It's going to be at Action Travel, which is downtown Mebane at 121A West Clay Street. There'll be a sign, a big BWN sign, Business Women's Networking. So I welcome you all there. I would say that one of the biggest pieces of news is the return of masking, specifically Alaska. I talked to my Alaska group, and we are going to delay Alaska for another year. I've been reporting on lots of issues that have gone on. They have so many ships in the water up there, and because the marine life had no commercial shipping for 2 years, I guess the wildlife has just about doubled. So it makes it challenging. Ships have to slow down. They're missing ports. They're If you had an excursion booked, it is not the cruise line's fault, nor will you be compensated if you cannot go into a port of call. That can be challenging because we set up all of our charter buses so that every port that we go into, we have a bus who's going to meet us, and it's our bus. That's the big advantage of going with us. So we have control. If we see something on the side of the road we want to stop at, hey, we stop. It's our bus. We have it for a certain number of hours, and we see all that we can see within that time period. So that is kind of, it's in the back of my mind. Everybody that I've spoken to, including our speakers, who want for it to be a successful professional development journeys trip where you can go on vacation with us and potentially write it off of your taxes. I used to say, and just write it off of your taxes, but my accountant says you can write it off of your taxes. You need to talk to your accountant. Anyway, we're going to move it to next August or September. If you're leaning one way or another, let me know in the comments, because I would like to know. I'm going to compare both months and see where we can get the best value. To make things a little bit worse, Norwegian Cruise Line is canceling travelers booked for Hawaii. Not only are they canceling them, but they won't let us add any more people to our Hawaii sailing for October 21st. Well, as a group that is still trying to grow, that just doesn't work for us. So I've talked to the travelers on that group, and we are canceling Hawaii. Several issues have come up, and Norwegian has canceled some travelers who are booked paid for travel in July. Um, when we do a big group trip like this, there is just not room for the ifs and the what ifs that are happening right now. We prepay all those charters, and we want it to be a great experience. It cannot always be great with issues that are going on like they are currently. So, where are you going next, you ask? We are going to do a taste of Scotland and Ireland. We're going to leave April 31st of 2023. And if you have interest, I would love for you to send me a private message or let me know, jot your name down here and tell me how I can contact you. And I would love to share the information. Now to the 10 biggest stories of the week. I told you guys about Agatha, the storm that was coming into the West Coast last week. Well, Thursday it did hit, and there were 11 people who lost their lives, 33 more that were severely injured. And just as we feared, Agatha continued across the little part of land that jumps to the Gulf of Mexico and became Tropical Storm Alex. It has caused lots of issues. On Thursday, the Carnival Mardi Gras saw a vessel, a small boat that had, how many people on board? Had, sorry. Okay, it had 8 men on board and 5 women on board. And with the impending storm coming through the Gulf of Mexico, there was no way this ship was going to make it. So they stopped and got the travelers on the ship, called the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard will take care of it from there. The identification of most were Cubans. And so in all likelihood, that will be a return with a free trip back to Cuba. Speaking of Cuba, I understand that American Airlines is going to start flying to Cuba, and I am terribly excited because we did a cruise to Cuba in February of 2019, and that's not true. 2018. No, 19, 21, 22. Yeah, we did it February of 2019, and it was one of the last ships that was allowed sailing into Cuba. So we're really glad that we did that. I put a little video that my Google Photos put together. I dropped it on my Facebook, so check that out. I'm going to tell you, Cuba was fun, historic, like stepping back into time. So if Cuba is on your bucket list, let me know and I will share that with you. Okay, now for the big news, because I know everybody's wanting to hear about these 1,000 free cruises. Well, Virgin Voyages is giving away 1,000 free cruises for real. And the way that you sign up is you go to virginvoyages.com and you will see a banner there that says 1,000 free cruises. You sign up right there at virginvoyages.com. Virgin Voyages is the new line that came about, and it is very edgy, very contemporary. I think probably one of the things that I tell people when they ask me about Virgin Voyages, I say, well, I have to share that the amenity kit comes with adult toys. So this gives you an idea of the theme of the cruise. I'll leave it there. Anyway, there's lots of videos on Virgin Voyages, and I would love to share more information about it if you have interest. Okay, guys, next story. We have 86 ships that are in the orange. We only have 110 ships sailing out of U.S. ports. So with 86 being in orange, Several ships are in yellow, but only 4 are green. So what that means? That's just an example of this endemic. It is just going to be present, and you have to be willing to roll with the punches when you're traveling in these circumstances. A good, for instance, is the storm that I said came across into the Gulf of Mexico. Well, the Norwegian cruise ships, the NCL Pearl, uh, arrived at Bermuda yesterday and within hours took off because the tropical storm now is called Alex, and it is just nothing to mess with. It's too large of a storm. So they skirted right away. Well, the Norwegian Adventure of the Seas saw the storm coming, and one day prior to departure, changed the itinerary from being a Bermuda sailing to a Canadian sailing. I don't know how that might affect you, but I would pack for beach and warm and have a couple nice things to wear for dinner. But if I were going to Canada and New England, it would require more clothes, rain gear for sure, and dressing in layers. So I did not have a customer on that sailing, but from reading many of the cruise blogs, that caused a lot of disruption. To have to repack and rethink what you were going to pack and what you were going to wear on a 7-day cruise from Bermuda to Canada, New England. That's a pretty big difference. Okay. Next, I would tell you, if you're looking for a career, being a pilot or being part of the ground crew is in very high demand, like so high that flights are being canceled and delayed or combined because of the pilot shortage. Each of the airlines are complaining about this. American specifically listed this, and I read it this week, where it is truly affecting on a weekly basis. It is affecting the service that clients are receiving, and we're back to pre-pandemic levels in travel. Delta, most of the major carriers, airline carriers, are going to report their first quarter of revenue profits like it was prior to COVID, in 2019 numbers. That's terrific. It means people are getting out. I will tell you, it has also meant that prices have gone up. It was surprising. A friend of mine called and said, "Hey, we're looking for something at Myrtle Beach, going down to see a concert." And wow, I was shocked. Now it is the 22nd of July. And we found a studio condo that we could get for $156 a night. So that wasn't too bad, but man, prices have really increased. So if you want somebody to look around for you for your vacation, reach out to me. I would love to do that. We have a Calendly page so that you can connect with me on Calendly and have your own private time with me. It has become a challenge being back open and everybody ready to travel, that people are walking in. And Saturday, I was like, it was a revolving seat of someone in my chair booking travel. And I'm working on one trip for a gentleman to France, and to meet his daughter. And I have a family going to Greece next week. And I had a family just come back from Hawaii with rave reviews. No real complaints. I will tell you, do not be surprised if a mandate comes back for mask in more places than just Alaska cruise ships, because with the numbers that we're seeing, that almost seems like the way it's going to go. Let's see. Okay. Leaving out of Barcelona this week, was the Azamara Quest on an 8-day sailing. And on the very first day, there was a middle-aged lady who went overboard and went missing. 2 helicopters came. I mean, it was the first day from leaving Barcelona. It does cause questions, because if you were going to take your life, wouldn't you enjoy a couple days of being on board a luxury cruise ship where all the rooms are suites and everything is included? Anyway, there has not been foul play listed yet. There hasn't really been anything much listed yet, but that the lady went overboard, and that it was unusual that it was the very first day. Well, Friday, I drove to Norfolk. I got up really early, and I went to Norfolk for Carnival's 50th birthday celebration. And in attendance was the president of Carnival, Adolfo Perez, and he's handsome. I just have to tell you. And I have a selfie. So when I go through and edit my photos, I will do a spread of the Carnival Agent Palooza. I got to write my name on the bus, and I didn't just write my name. I wrote at your travel agent, because that's how you can find me on social media. I wrote hashtag Action Travel Mebane, because that's also how you can find us. And I wrote Melinda Fargas, 336-222-TRIP, because that's the easiest way to reach us. So it was a blast. They did lots of fun things. They told us lots of new things that are coming out. Weddings are going to start on board in September. So if you were looking to get away and have a shipboard ceremony, now it's possible for weddings or vow renewals. So let me know if you have interest in that. I would be honored to serve you. Okay, guys. Well, I talked on and on. If you have questions, please let me know. I don't see any in the inbox other than, hi, Linda Aiken. I will tell Trey that you told him happy birthday. Oh, I know the purpose of telling you that and doing it last. It was because they handed out these tattoos, and the tattoos say, travel agents rock. So Rochelle, who works with me, she said, is that permanent? And I said, oh no, my mom would kill me. Anyway, travel agents do rock. And if you don't use a travel agent, share with me why. I would be curious, because we offer expert information, lots of information that you just don't know to look for. And our service is free. So reach out to us, Action Travel. We deliver the world to you. Oh, in 32 years, we have always delivered the world to you. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Ciao. See you next week.